Second Cup, brought to you by the Nickel Plate. Sit, sip, savor, and shop.
For my glutes.
So embarrassed for you.
No, stop it.
Yeah,
We wanted more.
died. We were laughing.
Good morning, everyone. It's 8 o'clock
We wanted more.
on the start of a Tuesday. Happy day after the tornado.
Aaron Minkowski's here. Just so everybody
They told me to come
doesn't
here,
think that I'm
so-
talking to myself.
Okay.
There is actually someone over here.
Here we go.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Yes, no, we wanted more Edge Ranch this morning.
Did
So funny.
anybody
It was
see
awesome.
the end of, like, what was it, in the 6:30?
It was the 6:30. It was the top of the 6:30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Oh,
okay.
6:31, 29 seconds.
Did anybody see that? When Ed had his little tight pants on and his leg up like he was a pirate.
Arr.
Oh.
He was showing off storm damage in the
And Jim
Well, I just wanted to give you some
Gaines.
perspective.
Yes.
on what?
How
That
okay.
tree trunk is as
God,
large as
yeah.
my thigh because I've been working out.
You guys, did you see how
Look at the
big-
chunks, not these ones.
What? I didn't hear you.
Oh my God, we
Oh
were
my gosh.
dying. It was
Then you
so
slipped, and then we got nervous.
I know. Well, and so I
Yes,
thought I
it ripped.
recovered
That was
pretty
great.
well too.
Yeah,
I
you
was
did.
pretty impressed with myself. I was showing off the damage. I promise, I swear. I was like,
Enough the damage.
The,
that we're calling these days.
yes. The slab of concrete in particular
crazy.
was massive. So that's kind of what I
It was
really
a
wanted to
sidewalk,
show.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so this guy that I talked to, he called it a jungle.
Yeah.
And he said it was just nuts. I mean, and when you think about, I mean, like everything is green and lush right now in Buffalo, and really, I mean, it's all over the place at this
Yeah.
point.
And the roofs are all over the place.
Yeah. Isn't that insane?
That
It
was
was
wild.
just wild.
So here was my question.
Sure.
So, and I think we asked the county executive this too, but from like the meteorological standpoint, like we knew that there was going to be a slight risk of severe weather yesterday, but like this wasn't even a thing.
No, it didn't even really show up on the radar.
Right.
I mean, I was looking at the radar from yesterday, checking it out, and you'll see really the Lake Ontario lake breeze develops, and you see kind of this outflow coming off the lake, interacting with the Lake Erie one right over the Niagara Peninsula. And then we had the tornado form near Fort Erie,
Right.
moved over the Niagara River, went through LaSalle Park, and then ended up by the 33. So it was, moved quite a bit and lasted for a relatively long time, 6 minutes here in downtown Buffalo. Look at all the damage it did.
I said to him this morning too, because when I first saw that video, I was like, this looks like a water spout to me, right? Because it
The way it was.
so,
yeah.
And so explain what you were saying this morning in case I've already missed it.
Okay, sure. So you have water spouts. There's fair weather water spouts and tornadic
Two
water
kinds.
spouts. So what's that? Fair weather water
Said
spouts.
two kinds. Who
Yeah,
knew?
there are
Which
two.
one are you, Aaron?
Yeah, fair weather.
Well, when I come in in the morning, it's more of a tornadic water spout. Yeah. So you have the fair weather ones. You'll see those September, October. You look out over the lake, you see one out there. It's pretty cool, but it doesn't really cause any issues. Tornadic water spout is a tornado that, just like we saw yesterday, kind of forms over land, stays like that over water, and then comes back onto land. And there's that stretch of 1.4 miles where the tornado is about 300 yards wide,
Crazy.
which is 3 football fields.
Yeah.
And it started around 12:45, ended at around 12:51. But it did start over southern Canada and then moved across the river, entered over LaSalle Park, and then moved eastward. Lasted about 6 minutes, which is crazy. And, like I mentioned, the radar didn't really even pick it up. And there was no warning issued because it just happened like that. You can see where the lake breezes kind of converge, and then this tornado developed, and then you hear all about it, and then it's over.
What about Peter's question? Have you ever seen a tornado in the city before yesterday?
I have not, and this will be one we talk about, kind of like the one from the 80s that happened in Cheektowaga that people still talk about, the Hamburg one that happened in 2017. This will be one of those.
Has this happened before, though?
Oh, I'm sure it has. We don't have tornado records before 1952.
Okay.
So we're talking about record amount of tornadoes. The record's 25, but it only goes back to the early 50s. I promise you there were tornadoes here at some point before then, and they will occur.
I don't believe you.
It is kind of a generational thing, though, because you don't have them too often. But I was saying with this one, because it didn't really even show up on the radar. If this doesn't hit a highly, populated area, you may not even know.
Right.
What
Well,
happened.
sure. Right. And realistically, the only reason why we knew about this is because there were all these videos coming in showing the water
Showing it,
spout
yeah.
kind of forming and then, becoming that tornado
Yeah.
and moving across the river into downtown Buffalo.
Also, I was in North Buffalo like all day yesterday. And like, listen, yeah, we got cracks of thunder, we got
Yeah.
lightning. Like, this was happening and it was sunny at my house. I swear to God.
Yes.
Like,
Wow, look at that.
in
Yeah.
the time that this was happening, there was nothing happening at my house.
That is so.
Now, I have
Isn't
a
that
question.
weird?
We were saying that the tornado itself is 3 football fields wide, 300 feet wide. Now, I'm sorry, yes.
Okay.
Was the tornado itself that big with the vortex, or was it actually just the path?
Yeah, that's kind of the path.
Okay.
Because it looks a little smaller
Yeah,
than that,
that's-
but you have 300 yards basically of rotation, and that path is your path of almost destruction. And you see a number of roofs coming off, and a number of they've taken a lot of air conditionings on
Mhm.
roofs that were being
Yeah.
blown away as well. But again, starting there, LaSalle Park, and moving eastward. So if you're in that path, you had a lot of destruction. You were out there this morning. We were talking to an EF1. So it's EF 0 through 5. It's the enhanced Fujita scale. And, 1 is on the lower end. And that's the amount of damage it did to us yesterday. And I always say, imagine like a 4 or a 5. That could be a mile wide and last several miles and have winds of 200 to 300 miles per hour. So in that, everything's gone. It just
Right.
wipes everything out. And you could see why, because this was a moderate one that caused a lot of damage.
So Lauren wondering, was anyone hurt? No one was hurt. That's the really good news out of all of this. But I'll tell you, when I was down there in Eden a month ago or so, right? Like, it was almost a month ago. The damage was so severe and so significant. And when that was coming out as an EF0, I'm like, holy cow, if that's a 0, I don't want to know what a 1 is.
Yeah.
Now we know it's a 2, obviously, so the damage was a lot worse than what we saw here.
Right.
And I think that this was a lot more contained.
Like, they labeled that one from a 0
Yeah.
to a 2. Right.
I think that the damage here was a lot, obviously, less structural, I think, than what we saw in Eden, and more like scattered
Trees.
debris. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, those poor people whose cars were out there.
Oh, yeah. That
Oh,
one red
I know.
SUV.
Yeah.
Gray car that we both passed on our way into
Both
work
passed
too.
this
We were
morning
like,
with
oh.
the tree still on, and then the guy who was said, I parked this way, and then my car went up and then over, and then smashed
was
a few other
insane.
cars. Just crazy the amount of damage that a relatively small tornado can do. There we go. We were talking
Yeah.
about that. That was located right by the 33 in
City
Tupper.
Mission,
City
yeah.
Mission. Okay.
Isn't that so wild?
Yeah, and I've always wondered this because we spoke to a woman who actually was in her car. Where is the safest place to be in a tornado like this? I mean, everyone was kind of all over.
Yeah. Well, you want to seek shelter away from windows is the best place when it comes like that to your car. I would think you're probably just better staying in it like that. I
Yeah.
mean, when it comes out of nowhere like that, you really don't want to be in your car. But if you get out, you could get hit by debris. You heard the one gentleman saying, "Oh, it looked like branches, and you have the tiles from your house or from a roof being thrown around." So that's where most people get hurt, by flying debris. Which again, it's kind of a miracle that no one was
I
hurt
know,
yesterday.
seriously.
I mean, it's 12:45. People are out
Having
on lunch break.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, it's a beautiful day. Well, relatively for this, near 80. You're outside walking around, and nobody got hurt, which is crazy.
Wild weather day.
Peter,
great.
that's kind of my point here. Let's be thankful it didn't cause more damage than what we see in other places in the country. I mean, we saw it here in our own backyard.
Yeah.
Um,
And somebody else was saying too that they were surprised that they didn't get a warning, Erica. But it's like you said, like it didn't even show up.
Yeah, there was not a warning. By the time I think the Weather Service really knew it was on the ground, it was already done.
right.
I started getting some text, and I was like, wait, what's going on? And then by the time you put everything together, because initially you hear tornado, a lot of people kind of misclassify a tornado.
Right.
Then the video starts coming out, and you're like, well, it doesn't take a meteorologist to say that was a tornado. Yeah.
Well, so here's my other question because, who's saying, Danielle's wondering what we're expecting today. Are we expecting another one today?
No, we're not.
Okay.
Today's a rainy day. Yesterday, it's just so warm and so humid. We had the slight risk for severe storms across the area. We did not think tornadoes were going to occur, and that one just really kind of came out of nowhere.
Jeez.
But today we'll be dealing with a steady rainfall.
Diane's in the city of Tonawanda. She said the rain and wind was horrible here before I could get all the windows closed. It blew the bathroom window off the house.
Wow.
Wow. Our street never floods. It flooded yesterday.
Oh my God, so many people got stuck over near Sheridan Drive.
Saw that.
Oh, Tonawanda. That
yeah.
was
That U-Haul truck stuck in all that water.
We saw that. We're like, this
Turn around.
poor person's like, I just wanted to move my stuff.
Right.
I
Now
know.
I'm stuck in water. Everything's probably
Turn
wet.
around, don't drown.
It's true. You hauling more than just your stuff.
Yeah. Now you haul in a lot of water.
Exactly.
But seriously, like if you see roads like that, that's the thing. Like nobody ever realizes how deep they are,
Mhm.
right?
And then they go in, they see the car in front of them go, and you got cars behind you. You're kind of like, oh, what do I do? And if you can
I know.
turn around, you want to, but
And the
stuff-
cars behind you put the pressure on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see them driving on the sidewalk.
I
We
get
saw
it.
some people.
Not
Yeah.
smart.
But yeah, the little cars definitely weren't making it, and even a U-Haul didn't make it. So
Okay, here's my question. So sometimes we say things are radar or Doppler indicated. What is the and what is the? Is it the other one that it's just spotted?
yeah, so someone like yesterday we spotted.
Okay.
On the radar, it'll look kind of like when we had the tornadoes on July 10th. You'll see what looks kind of almost like a hook on the screen. That's more traditional tornado signature. That's a tornado vortex signature. They call it TVS on the radar, which you didn't really have yesterday because you just see these two lines kind of meet, and then boom, the storm develops, and then it's a tornado. Like it was very, very fascinating to see it happen so quickly. I'm sure it's something the local weather service will study, but almost impossible to predict.
So realistically, right. So not every tornado is Doppler indicated, and so in seeing that, I mean, and in saying that, this one was just that case.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of times it is a radar indicated. You see the motion very clearly. The radar, because the radar is measuring the wind going toward or away from the radar. So that's what you're looking at. But yesterday you didn't really see it because it just happened so fast. And you saw the winds from Lake Ontario and Lake Erie kind of converging, but you don't really see the whole tornado form, and it just happened so fast.
Since we're asking radar questions, I've had this one radar question that I keep meaning to ask you. It has nothing to do with tornadoes.
Okay.
What does radar stand for?
No.
Raging
You know how
and-
some
Go
okay,
ahead.
nerd. No, but no. You know how some mornings you'll be like, oh, that's not rain on the radar, that's birds taking off.
yeah.
How do you know it's birds?
Studying the radar. Yeah. Like
So there's no other way. Like if I
Well-
looked at it, I would think it's rain. But how do you know?
So
you're
it's
like,
in different modes too. There's like a clear air mode, they call it at the radar. So you have precipitation mode, clear air mode. Clear air mode, the radar scans very slowly. So
Okay.
it picks up smaller particles like wings of a bird.
Huh.
So you could see it this morning. I don't know if I could no, it's too late. We're past the hour mark. So around 6:30, you could see the expansion on the right over Central Lake Erie is at Long Point where the birds take flight.
Wow.
You can see it in
like
Oakfield,
morning.
Alabama area in
Yeah.
Genesee County. Again, the radar's in what we call clear air mode. It picks up the smaller, particles, and it can see
I always
those birds fly.
wonder
cool.
about how he knows it's birds and not just like a random rainstorm.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So Danielle wondering why those buff alerts don't have the loud alarm like the Amber alerts do. Okay, so let me explain this to you. So the city of Buffalo sends out text messages if you're signed up for them. So they're coming right to your phone. Those are called buff alerts. And you can sign up for them by texting the city through a certain number and a certain message. The Amber alert is something that's sent out through a county-wide, statewide, and nationwide system called IPAWS. And that IPAWS system is kind of what they'll send out when those big weather events are happening. The county sends them out during those winter storms, and those are the ones that really react.
Scare the heck out of people.
Exactly.
They make those big noises.
So there are two different things, two different systems, and if there in fact was a significant event, an Amber Alert, or a significant weather event, or a significant emergency, they will geo-target your phone and say, okay, we're sending this message out through iPause, and they will get that message delivered
So
with
it'd
that
be
blaring noise.
Like the severity of the message.
It-
So like here's a buff alert from yesterday. Current road closures in the
Right.
vicinity. Severe thunderstorm warning. Be alert for possible heavy rain, gusty wind.
and that buff alert is 38276. So if you text, I think if you text Buffalo to that number 38276. You'll get all of those Buffalo updates. Love Lauren's comment here. Yes, my girl. I have the Channel 7 app, and I get notifications for everything.
There you go.
So you can see how hard our meteorologists are working, but there's a distinct difference.
So it's funny because at 12:15, that Buff alert was the severe thunderstorm warning, heavy rains, wind gusts of up to 60 miles an hour, and then it was 2:30, possible tornado touchdown.
Right. Hello.
Yeah.
Kim, thank you, 3, for so much info you give us. That's what we're here for, right?
Info and a good time.
Yeah. Infotainment.
Info and tease and Ed.
I was going to say info and pointing out Ed's big arms.
Listen, I mean, I'm not afraid to show them off.
The stance that you started the 6:30 in was so funny.
I actually just downloaded it because I
downloaded it.
I want to show Russ later.
Well, no, because I thought I wanted to really show some perspective. Like, look at how high off the ground it is. And
the leg or the sidewalk?
Well, my leg, realistically. Okay, let me share my screen here.
Yes, please.
You guys just have to picture that, like, we're expected to come out to Ed showing us like a branch, showing us like a
down
car.
tree. Yeah.
And
you know that's not
instead,
going to happen.
We see a thigh.
And we look at each other off camera because we had to wait till the camera went away.
As soon as the camera's off us, we both died laughing. Oh my God, it was
guys.
And you almost fall. We're like, oh no.
Right.
And then he slips, right. Do you know what I said to Aaron? We always talk about, like, if something really...
I can't share my screen.
Why?
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh, we always talk about if something really funny happens that you can show the anchor's reaction to. Like, this is a conversation we have afterwards. I said to our boss afterwards, I'm like, if that would have happened, it would have been one of those moments where you would have had to pull us up because we were
kidding.
lying.
You're just laying there and we're just like...
I really did slip.
Yeah, I know. That was,
so these shoes, this is the dumbest thing I've done.
Yeah, that was really not your smartest move. He's got white sneakers on as he goes out to cover the storm damage.
I'm like, oh, it looks super cute today. No one's going to see my
storm damage
shoes.
outfit on.
Right.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
That's why he had his leg up. He wanted us to see his shoes.
Yeah, right.
My word.
Well, next time I should have worn my bogs, my big farmer bogs, and lesson learned.
Boy, do I have shoes and boots that I never thought I'd own because of this job.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like, when did you ever think Ed would have farmer boots? Never.
I never thought that would not be on my bingo card. Yeah.
I saw Brianna from Spectrum. You know Brianna Foose, super nice girl. Jeff Rusek's wife. Love them both. She's wearing her cute little wellies. There you go.
Oh, there it is.
I just wanted to show you the perspective. That's all. I just wanted to show you how high off the ground this piece of concrete was, because it was massive. And I don't think the camera does it justice.
You really just look like Popeye. I'm not going to lie. That's the only thing I could think. And I just started, I mean, as soon as you popped up, we were like, hold it together. Kowski and Morse.
I was in a non-speaking role, which is great because I was just like
extra number 3.
Yeah, that was my role. And then it comes up, and there you are with the leg up on the
and his white
sidewalk,
sneakies,
the white sneakers, no socks, ready to get in there and clean up some storm damage
and fall.
And then you went on.
Because if this plays out, which I don't think John can, I think he paused it here.
Yeah.
But like, oh my God.
Yeah, watch me slip. I was actually trying to freeze frame it all because
there it is.
Okay, wait, it's coming.
Oh,
look at the leg.
Leg day. Leg day every day.
Around it.
Notice, and then,
whoa!
Yikes.
We really enjoyed that.
Yeah, let's watch one more time.
See, that's what we saw.
Was.
John, is there a picture of me and Aaron from when this first started?
No, you morons. Of course not.
Oh, there you go.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Why do I have white shoes on, Brantley? That is a great question.
Terrible choice.
Kelly, are those Hey Dudes? Not a chance.
I don't know what those are.
They're like those slip-on shoes that all the guys wear these days.
All the straight guys are wearing them.
They're not cute. My husband's got a couple pairs.
I don't know what they are, so
shoes,
I have sneakers and a pair of flip-flops.
Okay.
And then I have this pair of dress shoes I wear for work. So that's my Hey Dude. I've never even heard of them, let alone do I own them.
They are. Connie says, "Hey, nothing wrong with Hey Dudes." You know what? They're just not for me. They're not my style. They look like, I don't know, shoe boxes that have
they're
laces.
very boxy.
Boxy, really?
Yeah,
Paul. Can John pull these up?
Paul likes here. I'll pull them up for you. Paul likes them because they're comfortable.
Does he like them because you don't like them?
No, I like buying for him because they're these.
Oh, Yeah, I would never wear those.
No,
but
me
I'm sure they're
neither.
fine.
Yeah.
Definitely
See?
would.
Socks,
These.
slip-on. Hey, dude.
These are like.
You want me to share? There. See, John's got them. Yeah. He's
Thanks,
got
Johnny.
a pair of like lighter ones and darker ones.
Oh, does John wear these?
God, I hope not.
Johnny,
Does not.
Hold on, we can't hear what he's saying.
No, I can't.
John does not wear those.
Okay.
John
I
does
didn't
not
think
wear
so.
them.
Yeah.
Just wait till John gets married someday and his wife buys them, then he'll wear them. That's why Paul wears them. I saw him at the store and he wore one pair of them. Somebody got him a pair once and then he liked them, but he destroys every pair of shoes.
So he did not wear them before you.
He got him. He had a pair. I don't know if we were definitely married when he got them. I don't know if he bought them or how he got them, but then I just bought them.
Okay.
That's cool.
Mary, I'm with you 100%. I'll wear my
Birkenstocks.
Berkeys all day, every day. I love my Birks.
You know what is a really comfortable brand? Reed, like Reed sandals, like the
Oh.
surfer sandals.
Oh, Reef.
Reef. Oh yeah, sorry, Reef.
I
I have
agree.
2 pairs of those, and I really like those.
They are, and you know what? They have grips on the bottom too.
Oh, those
so
are good.
Should have had
don't
those today.
slap it. No kidding. Those are my boat shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a pair of like a regular like flip flops, and then a pair of their like almost the kind of they look like Birkenstocks too.
Yeah.
I had to get a new pair of flip-flops. I actually put a big hole through my old pair, which were my
In
favorite.
the heel or the toe?
Right in the top. I stepped on a nail.
Oh
And I
God.
went through. I was like, ow, ow, ow. And then it made a big hole.
Did it get your foot?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Ow.
Yeah, it was an ow.
Did you get a tetanus shot?
I've had one in my life, so I'm good.
What? That's not accurate, but okay.
Yeah, so
I like
good.
what Lynn says. News People calendar.
Oh, Edward.
Aaron would be December. In his
Please,
Santa
Ed
suit.
would be like, here's a picture I chose of myself for January, February, March.
Oh wait, you know what? Here's me on the boat for June, July, and August. There's a little picture of Aaron and Katie together, and then more Edward. Yes. Yeah.
He's like, if you look at this picture of me in the boat, Aaron and Katie are in the background.
Paula says, yes, it's true. I did roll off the couch out of bed to go report that day. I threw on a sweater and it was rough.
There's big news
Oh,
story.
at McKinley?
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's out there.
Yeah.
Lauren, Katie, you're making me cry laughing today.
Thank you, Lauren.
Lauren's just very emotional.
You're welcome.
Oh my gosh, Bentley, that's so cool. Glad that you're with us each morning. The first thing I do, he says,
Oh, we
is
appreciate
wake
that.
up and turn on channel 7.
Nice.
My man. Love that.
How about Crocs? Do you have Crocs?
No.
No. I'm surprised you don't, to be honest with you. Couldn't you see him rocking a pair of Crocs around the yard? I could.
You know what I'm
With my socks on.
Socks and Crocs.
I'm not quite sure I understand the new trend that's going on
Do you
with
know
the
that
kids.
somebody told me that Crocs these days are like $65?
That's insane.
Come on.
No, and someone
For
went to buy them.
styrofoam?
One of my girlfriends just went to buy them for her toddler. They're $45
Wow.
for toddler.
Jordan
ones.
wears Crocs. Do you wear Crocs with your socks?
Okay, so this is my point. Like the kids are wearing Crocs.
So the kids, you're talking about the younger
Yes.
reporters, like let's say in the newsroom, not
Absolutely.
actual
Oh, okay.
children. Okay.
Well, no, the kids, like Alana and Adriana both have
Oh,
Crocs.
kids too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So
My
basically
girlfriend went to
3
buy
to
them for her
23.
Right,
one
pretty
year old.
much.
Yeah.
Or like check out the prices for little kids. And
And
$45.
do you know what I mean, they look comfortable. I think nurses and like people who work in kitchens are also wearing them too, but also wearing them too. That's redundant.
Also wearing them.
But I can't get into it. I don't understand the trend though. Like these spacey looking shoes. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like not the Crocs. They're like the sandals that have all these different like mesh openings, and I don't know. I can't explain it. I think they're made by Crocs, but they're like sandals. They look like something you'd wear on a spaceship.
Mm-mm.
I can't explain it.
Interesting.
Very.
Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never been a Crocs person. I've never even tried them on. Although my mom has a couple pairs of Crocs sandals,
Mm-hmm.
so they don't look like Crocs. They look like sandals.
Well, kind of like this. So I just Googled Croc-like sandals.
Oh,
Like that looks like something you would wear on,
Mars.
yeah, exactly. Like with aliens.
Yeah, interesting.
Very.
Howard says Crocs are great for people with neuropathy.
Okay.
Jordan says, Ed, you're talking about Yeezys.
Is that what I'm talking about? They're sandals, not sneakers. Oh, like these. Like, I don't get that.
Oh.
Or these. Like, doesn't that look...
Ah.
Yeah. Here, sorry. Do you see this?
Yeah, they're so ugly.
Crocs by Saleh Bembry. Like, they look like something you would see on another planet.
You know what? If you've got kids and they'll wear them and they'll stay on their feet, that's one thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And you're like,
Yes.
okay, great, perfect. They fit you. They're comfortable, and you're not going to trip in them, whatever. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Patty says the suntan my husband gets from his Crocs is interesting. I bet, because they have those little holes in them.
Funny.
So cute.
That's hysterical. Oh yeah. See, exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Don't those look weird?
Yeah, they don't do it for me.
Yeah, the pop culture stuff just.
Oh, you don't follow it closely?
No, I'm always amazed at what the
That's
latest
weird.
things
We
are.
totally thought you did.
Look at that.
That one made me laugh. Katie. I could take that. Yeah,
So
that's
funny.
that's funny. If it's not a race T-shirt.
Oh my God, I know. He's either in a suit or like shorts and a free T-shirt.
No.
Yeah, I know.
Subscribe.
Oh, 8:25.
Oh my gosh, we gotta go.
Have a great
Fun,
day,
fun.
everyone.
Bye, guys.